But over the summer months, we were able as a family to go to the north coast and spend a couple of days on the beach there at the White Rocks. On those occasions, and on one of those trips in particular, an incident took place at two different times the same day. Those two separate yet almost identical incidents involved two boys no older than 5 years of age. In the first incident, I was just sitting looking out across the beach and into the sea whenever a young red-haired boy came walking past. He was sobbing and crying and calling out for his family. What had happened was that he had become disorientated by the so many windbreakers and beach goers that were on the beach that day. He got lost, and he was unable to locate his older brother and grandparents who were with him on that day. As I watched on for a few moments, I realized his predicament, and therefore I approached him with another discerning woman, and I asked the young boy, was he lost? To which he replied that he was. The lady and I took him back down the beach from where he came. We saw the lifeguards, and it was our intention to approach them so that they could broadcast over the loudspeaker that a young boy had been found. But before that ever happened, his older brother came running up the beach and he escorted him back to those who knew him. The second incident occurred just a few hours later. It again involved a young boy, this time not red-haired but blonde-haired, who again was lost. However, this time the boy was unaware that he was lost. Being a child of a family that I knew, I watched him as he made his way happily towards the sand dunes that so many love to run down there at the White Rocks. However, whilst he happily trotted off without informing anybody in his family, his parents and grandparents were frankly looking for him. Thankfully, I was able to inform them that I had seen him walking towards the sand dunes, and soon they were able to be reunited with him. There were many similarities between the two incidences that happened just a few hours between each another. Both boys were lost. Both were under the age of 5. Both had family relations who were concerned about their well-being and their welfare. However, there was one stark difference between the two incidences and between the two cases. One of the boys was lost and knew that he was lost. The other was lost, but he didn't even know that he was lost. And yet both were lost, whether they knew it or not. The plight of those two boys pictures for us the state that many within this district, this country, and this world find themselves in. There are those who are lost, spiritually speaking, and they know it well. These are individuals who are concerned about their lost state. Individuals who are concerned about their soul. These would be people who would find themselves interested in the gospel. People who are afraid of dying in their sin without Christ and without hope. Afraid of eventually going to hell. Such are like the boy who was lost and knew it. And then there are others who are lost and they don't know it. These are people who have no thought about their soul state. They are individuals who have no concern about eternity and no fear of death, careless about the judgment day and the eternal fate of the Christ rejecter and the God denier, hell itself. And yet, though different in many ways, both are united by the common feature that they're lost. Whether they are concerned about it or not, both are found in a lost condition.